all present here. Welcome to day 3 of our teacher transformation workshop on teachers as design thinkers. I extend a warm and heartfelt welcome to our revered Dr. Anil Sharma, Regional Education Officer, Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, Delhi Kendra. I also extend a heartfelt welcome to Dr. Kshama Swankar, Google and Microsoft Certified Trainer. A very warm welcome to Ms. Apurva Nichavan from Bhavan Vidyalaya School, Chandigarh. Mrs. Anju Mohan from Bhavan Vidyalaya, Chandigarh. Mr. Ashok Sen Gupta, Ms. Shubhi from BVB Vidyashram, Jaipur, and all the wonderful participants to day 3 of this workshop. Over the last 2 days, we explored why teachers must evolve as design scientists, how empathy and action research empower us, and how design thinking can transform classroom challenges into opportunities. Today, our theme is implementation and impact, because innovation in education is meaningful only when it is implemented effectively and its impact is visible in the lives of learners. The sessions today will help us explore how technology, reflection, and teacher-led innovations can translate ideas into action. Let us begin the day by seeking the blessings of the Almighty through a prayer. May this prayer inspire us with strength, wisdom, and purpose as we focus on the implementation and impact.
मन का विश्वास कमजोर होना, इतनी शक्ति हमें देना दाता, मन का विश्वास कमजोर होना। हम चले नेक रास्ते पे, हमसे भूल कर भी कोई भूल होना, इतनी शक्ति हमें देना दाता, मन का विश्वास कमजोर होना। दूर अज्ञान के हो अंधेरे, तू हमें ज्ञान की रोशनी दे। दूर अज्ञान के हो अंधेरे, तू हमें ज्ञान की रोशनी दे। हर बुराई से बचते रहे हम, जितनी भी दे भली जिंदगी दे। बैर होना किसी का किसी से, भावना मन में बदले की होना। हम चले नेक रास्ते पे, हमसे भूल कर भी कोई भूल होना, इतनी शक्ति हमें देना दाता, मन का विश्वास कमजोर होना, इतनी शक्ति हमें देना दाता, मन का विश्वास कमजोर होना, इतनी शक्ति हमें देना दाता, मन का विश्वास कमजोर होना। हम
Indeed, every day that begins with gratitude becomes more meaningful. The upcoming session focuses on the role of reflection in a teacher's journey. Reflection journals act as design diaries, helping educators document experiences, collect feedback, and improve through iterative cycles of learning. Journaling is not just a record-keeping exercise, but a powerful tool for professional growth and innovation. This session, titled Reflection Rounds, Teaching Journals as Design Diary, will be presented by Ms. Apurva Nijavan from Bhavan School, Chandigarh. Ma'am is a dedicated school counselor with over 3 years of experience in academic career and emotional guidance. She has a master's degree in psychology and a PG diploma in child guidance and family counseling. She specializes in individual and group counseling. She helps learners manage stress, anxiety, and mental health challenges while building resilience and coping strategies. We warmly welcome you, ma'am, and look forward to learning about reflection as a tool for continuous improvement. Ma'am, I now request you to shed some light on the topic Reflection Rounds Teaching Journal as Design Diary. Over to you, ma'am.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much, Poonam ma'am, for this wonderful introduction. And namaste, everyone. My name is Apurva. As ma'am just gave a very nice introduction of mine, so I would like to interact with you, and I'm really grateful that I have this opportunity through this online medium that Anil sir has given me this opportunity to provide some information regarding journaling. And of course, today my topic is reflection round, so I'm going to talk to you through about this and how that can be helpful in your teaching and professional life. So before that, I would like everyone to actually tell me how you are feeling with the help of a song. So I want to just do a quickly emotional check-in because right now in Chandigarh it's raining, so the weather is really nice. But I would want everyone, like we are all together from different parts of India, like let me know how you're feeling through a song. So you can just add few lines or write it in the chat box. I would really love to see your replies. So how you're feeling? So I'll start first. So raining, okay. So yes, and what song you would like to relate to, sir? Ravinder sir have just replied. It's raining. So I'm also actually thinking about that Barish
Yes,
Wala
ma'am.
song. So that's just
Uh, Good afternoon.
good afternoon,
And
sir.
I just want to dedicate this song, Rim Jhim Giri Savan.
Yes. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
And anyone else who would like to express their feelings, because this whole session is about reflection, so we start with emotional check-in. आजकल पाँव जमीन पर नहीं पड़ते मेरे. Okay, thank you so much योजना मैम, thank you for replying. समा है सुहाना. Okay, very nice. Thank you Poonam ma'am. Few replies more and then I'll start. So okay, thank you Daya ma'am. ऐसा समा ना होता. And okay, I'm happy. Yes, the happy song as well. Shagun ma'am has replied, "ये कहाँ आ गए हम?" जो ma'am, very nice. So yes, so I'm very happy that all of you are replying and you can actually, relate your emotions through a song, and I'm hope that makes you smile. Jhan Janan Jhan Gir Ai Batra. Okay, thank you so much, Aman ma'am. So I think we all are some of us are excited, happy, and a lot of feelings we are going through at our own end. So let's start with the session. But I hope through this session it will be very useful for you, that how you can reflect on your teaching lessons. So I'm going to share my screen. So I just want someone's help. Just let me know when it is visible. Ma'am, Poonam ma'am, please give me the access. I would like to share my screen.
Right, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, you may share your screen.
Right. It's still showing, ma'am. Host is disabled.
Deepika, ma'am, just check once.
हाँ जी, अपूर्वा मैम प्लीज चेक.
Just a minute, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, it's still showing the same. Post disabled attendee screen sharing.
Apurva ma'am, once you click on the share button,
Yes, ma'am.
it will show you can request sharing for this meeting. Send request.
Okay.
Is it showing? Yes. You just
It's
click the.
right, ma'am. It's just showing disabled share and no other option. Or I can just send the PowerPoint to ma'am or any one of you.
Yes,
quickly,
yes.
so
You
that
can
you
share
can
it.
start. Yes, ma'am.
Right, ma'am. Right.
So I've shared my PPT with Deepika ma'am. Meanwhile, I can start the session and continue with whatever topics I have to speak about. Right, Poonam ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Please go ahead.
All right. So I wanted to start this session with one activity. So if you could just switch on your cameras, everyone, because I want to do a quick meditation session. So we can start. So this was one activity planned for the session. So quickly, if you could, everyone, I understand you are at your place, but just a 30-second. I would request everyone just to switch on the cameras. Yeah, thank you so much. I can see some faces. Yes. So I want everyone to just close their eyes for 30 seconds and bring your attention to one of the episodes that made you smile in school. If you could just recall one of the episodes that you encountered in your school, just close your eyes and think about it. The moment I talk to you about the situation, that you have to imagine that one incident that happened last week that made you smile. It could be related to your students or anything with your teachers. So anything that you would want to think about. Just take 30 seconds. So I hope we are ready. So I would request everyone to just share that moment and let everyone smile with that moment that made you happy. So I'll start first. So when I was actually preparing this activity, so I recalled that last week, so there was this incident where two students were during the break time accidentally, they jumped on or tripped upon somebody's tiffin box, and of course at that moment I did address this issue, but I generally said that okay, now he is not having his lunch. It all got spoiled. Let's do one thing. You just generally I discussed in the class. Please share your tiffins or whatever you're carrying with this student. So I was hoping that maybe two or three things, or maybe two or three bites somebody would share. But it was so beautiful moment when I saw after 5 minutes his tiffin was full of food, because everyone in my class had this capacity to share. So everyone did their own bit, and there were 27 students, and 20 each one of them was ready to share their food with that child, because of course I was by accident, the tiffin was fell by the other student. So it was that one beautiful moment. I just recall that how these children have this life skill of sharing with others with true with honesty. So if you could share your any of the incident that happened uh, in the school that made you smile. Deepika ma'am, can you just open slide number 3? Meanwhile, you can just write it in the chat box, that one incident that made you smile in the school.
Hello, ma'am. I want to share one incident
Yes, ma'am.
uh, that happened, I would say, I think 2 weeks ago.
Right, ma'am.
Um, I teach class 1, so I was preparing to go to one of the sections that I teach. And as I entered the class, suddenly so many children, they just came and they started hugging me. So
Okay.
that felt so happy, and I felt that there's so much of love in their hearts that they are donning that love, and they're just hugging me. And even if I'm like teaching them, or even if I'm telling them to be disciplined, but still they were just hugging and coming, and every child wanted to hug me. So that was overwhelming.
Okay. Thank you so much, Vantika ma'am. I'm sure that was a very beautiful feeling that you shared. Anyone else who would want to share one more incident? Because this whole thing that we are going to discuss today is about reflections. So I would want your inputs as well so that we can move ahead. So any one incident, or in general any incident from school that made you happy? So we have few replies. Yes, Sharmila ma'am has just written a message that during a rainy day, students shared their umbrellas with each other so that everyone could reach the school building without getting wet. Watching them care for one another was truly heartwarming. Thank you so much, ma'am. Very nice. Ravinder sir, would you like to tell us the
Yes,
incident?
ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. We were celebrating actually Kargil War drill, and accidentally one of the child fall over there, and that what child was taken to medical room. And suddenly, when the drill was completed with great enthusiasm over there, I just saw it was a student of my class, ninth A, and I just saw that a few students are not in the classroom, and then suddenly I take a look, and I came to know that they are in a medical room with that child, the one who was fallen down. So
Yeah.
I was even surprised how and overwhelmed by the thought that how kind of what type of care they are showing for their classmate. So it really fills me with great enthusiasm that at least life skill of caring has been inculcated in them.
Thank
So
you so
with
much.
that,
Yeah.
I just thanked all students for that, and really I feeling proud to share with everyone.
Thank you so much, sir, and thank you everyone whoever replied.
Thank you.
So let's start. So let's start with the concept of journaling. Now, if you remember when you were very young, we used to create these diaries. If you have ever done that in your life as well, that our teachers also used to tell us, "Dear diary, that today I felt happy because there was an extra sports period," and these were the things we used to write in those diary, our personal secrets, or there could be certain incidents. So actually, journaling is just writing diary, but it has a therapeutic. It's a therapeutic device. Why? Because we reflect upon our thoughts. When we are writing down these thoughts, we actually realize that sometimes I wish I could have changed this, changed my response, or maybe this incident I could have responded in a better way. So journaling is actually really helpful to be aware of your feelings, managing your emotions. Right, when you're writing down, of course you'll know that maybe next time I'm going to respond in a better way. And of course, not only a personal growth, but it has a very nice impact on your mental health. So what we, and I'm sure what you can do as teachers, you can also motivate students in starting journaling. You can help them by giving them prompts ki journaling mein how we can write, how we can start our start like you can they can start with how they started the day. How you can also give an example that how you also write your journals as a teacher. So all of this can really be helpful for all of us in school, that not only can monitor our mental health, but of course reflection also. Now I'm going to associate how journaling and reflection is part and parcel. Apart from that, yes, gratitude, writing just 5 things every day regarding what you're grateful for, thankful for, and expressing your feelings, writing all of this is called journaling. So, ma'am, we can move on to the next step, next slide, slide number 5. Yes, so reflection, that today we're going to talk about teaching journal as a design diary, that how a teacher can transform herself when he or she will start reflecting. Slide number 6, ma'am. So let's understand what is reflection. Now, I would like to share something with you, that there's Johari window. This concept which talks about self. That every one of us have a self which has a certain information, like one part of information that and I know. That could be my name, for example. My name, and I'm working in Bhavan Vidyalaya. So this is this part of information, and then there is this part of my information that is known to you but maybe not known to me. That maybe you feel that that she is maybe good in a leader, being a leader, but I may not be confident about it myself, and I feel that this part of information I would not rely upon. But there is some part of information that others know about us. Then there is one part of information that we know and others don't know. Maybe our family, how things going on at our own end, our feelings, our emotions. So this whole concept was developed by a famous psychologist, and now we are actually how we are going to use it for ourselves and reflecting upon our teaching practices. That is what we are going to discuss. So I'm going to read out the quote by John Dewey, who is a very famous psychologist, who was a very famous psychologist, that we do not learn from experience, no matter how much experience we have. We actually learn from how we reflect upon it. It really helps in being more aware, that maybe you feel that you are delivering a lecture regarding something, and you are confident about it, you are happy about it because you know the concept. But it could be a chance that maybe the students are not acquiring, and that is not serving the purpose. Through reflection, we will understand what is their point of view, how you can actually change your teaching practice according to them so that they understand it. Of course, enhances student engagement. Now I'm going to give you an example. So I take group counseling sessions. So I was discussing about that how you should not be bullying other students, we should not be speaking in certain language. So one of the students just raised their hand and told me that, ma'am, we understand that we should not be doing this in the school, but what about things that are happening at home? And as I make my class a very safe space, So I try to create that, and his honesty, that in our homes also we get bullied by our siblings sometimes, and our father is using certain kind of abusive language. How do we deal about it? So that was that one reflection, that from now onwards, instead of just focusing on what is happening in the class, how you have to deal with these things at home, and how they can develop their personalities in such a way that they can help people at home as well. So enhances student engagement. Of course, when you will start reflecting upon how you are teaching, you will have your own uh, things to share. Now helps to adapt diverse learners, as we are now having inclusive classrooms. So how we can actually understand each child and their own learning capacity and their own strengths. We will, when we start reflecting upon it, we can have these lesson plans, and this can adapt to diverse learners. Then yes, NEP talks about this, and it has emphasized upon teaching journals as a journal diary for teachers, and of course continuous professional development. We talk about that, we have this number of amount of experience, but things are changing as technology has taken place. How we have to refine ourselves according to students, because I've been I've joined these sessions, and I was just realizing how teachers who have taken trainings in these sessions are using memes or certain reels that is actually helping us to understand, whether it's regarding how we have to be empathetic, or how we have to be the problem solver, help students become the problem solvers. So when I was actually watching those PowerPoint presentations, I realized how they are also align themselves with whatever trend is there on social media, whatever memes we share during any kind of a presentation. All of this is actually that we are reflecting upon and incorporating all of these things in our PPT to make it more interesting, whether for teachers and our students. So ma'am, Deepika ma'am, please, next slide. What is a teaching journal? Yes, it is a maintained record by the teacher, which will actually talk about daily classroom experiences. Now, I'm sure there are many experiences we may not have written it somewhere. It is just in our hearts. So when we'll actually start writing it, it will be a more fruitful habit for us. So capturing daily classroom experiences, reflections, and learning, like we just saw that what kind of a life skills that we experience. It could be how they empathetic these students are, or caring, or let's say they solve the problem, decision making. All of this, you will be able, it will be easier for you to incorporate these strengths and help them to evolve more when you are aware that your classroom has this kind of a strength when they are together. Then designing a diary as a journal can help you planning your lesson plans, reviewing and redesigning your teaching practices. Maybe there's this one concept we also as students felt that it was very boring at our own student life. So how we can make it more interesting for students, maybe taking them out of their classes, somewhere where they can really relate to these things. All of this you can incorporate when you start writing teaching journal. Now this could be overwhelming, because we all as teachers, I do understand there is a lot of things that we have to write, like notebook checking, corrections. There's a lot at our own end. But when you start practicing this, it will be a just an easier way, and you will realize your lesson plans, the way you were making it, it will be more easier. So believe me, once you start writing journals, your teaching journals, it will be really helpful. So we're going to talk about the benefits as well in a more detailed manner. Ma'am, please, next slide. So yes, as I was talking about the benefits only, it helps you design, implement, improve your lesson plans. Like if you feel that there's this one topic which is very boring for the students also, and you also might have felt, you can improve your lesson plans. And encouraging creative experimentation in pedagogy. Now teachers, I do understand, I do believe in all of you. You are doing a lot at your own end to deliver whatever you have to teach in an interesting manner, but it keeps on changing since students attention span is very less this time. They're distracted, there's a lot of things going on at their own end. So it becomes difficult. But yes, I'm sure if we start believing in how our children, how our classroom is behaving, and what are their strengths, what are their challenges and weaknesses, we can really help them through this teaching journal. Because once you start writing, you'll observe more, you'll reflect upon more, that okay, maybe I can help this child in this way. Maybe some children are, creative learners, some are visual learners. You want to make a child understand a concept and you have tried everything. Maybe through visual learner, through a video, maybe that can be impactful. Or maybe through a small act or a nukkar natak kind of a thing, that can be impactful. So it all depends. So when you start journaling, you'll realize that this is how I can incorporate these styles of teaching for students. And recording classroom challenges, very very important. Because nowadays there are so many challenges we have talked about. And yesterday also we were talking about it, and every session there is this thing that there are so many challenges we are facing. But we understand challenges, what are the solutions? We are the ones who have to find the solutions. When we start interacting with children, when we start empathizing with our children, which is very important, we will realize that we can come out with innovative solutions. So ma'am, next slide. So now, when we have understood what is reflection, what is journal, now we will understand what is reflection journal. A personal record for teacher for the classroom experiences, observations, success, and challenges. That this lesson was a success, and maybe you can incorporate in other classes. Then now you can curate for yourself a daily reflection or maybe a weekly, as per your own busy schedule. Or thematic reflections, I'm sure we all are incorporating this in our schools, whether it's a lesson plan, student activity, and then we are writing remarks. But how we can do it daily or weekly, that really depends on you and your busy schedule. But I'm sure if I will share two of the reflection journal format once you start reading it. Because there could be many teachers who would say that how we will actually start. I will be providing you with a format, and that could be prompt for you. Once we have certain questions, we will be able to think that okay, this is how I can answer, this is what I observed, or this was the challenge. So we are going to read that in our next slides as well. Ma'am, next slide please. Yes ma'am, this one, 10, 11. So what should be there in the teaching journal? Yes, so your lesson planning reflection. And when we are writing reflection, I want you to be honest. Because we sometimes be confident enough, and we are not reflecting properly, that we are not honest to ourselves. We sometimes feels मैंने तो सही पढ़ाया था, मैंने तो इतनी मेहनत की थी. But that's not the case. We have to really understand and reflect upon, did we serve the purpose for the students? We were able to deliver this lecture properly, that all of my students were able to understand the concept. So that is very important when you reflect upon your lesson plans honestly. Then classroom observation notes. Whatever you observed, how children behaved on any kind of a topic, please write it down. And when by the I would really suggest that daily reflection is much better than weekly. Why? Because sometimes certain things do get missed. So just few pointers that this you have observed, really helpful. It will be really helpful. Now, student engagement and behavior, that how they actually behaved, you have to look out for these things. Maybe they were excited, or maybe they were just smiling, or maybe they felt that it is a very happy topic or funny topic. So these are the things you have to look for. And then self evaluation and emotions. What was your emotions? How will you evaluate yourself? And then yet again I will say, just be honest. And then you've understood the challenges, you have understood the behavior. What are your action plans? What is your next step? What do we do about it? So that is again part of your teaching journal. Now this question is for you. What do you think, which one point is useful for your reflection or for your teaching journal? So this is the question for all of you. Just these are the few pointers. What do you think which will be more impactful? So you can write it down or speak whatever ways you're comfortable. Self-evaluation. Thank you, ma'am. Yes. True. Student engagement. Thank you, ma'am. Lesson plan reflection. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Poonam ma'am. Classroom observation by Nitin sir. Thank you. Self-evaluation and taking reflection as positive. Thank you, sir. Yes, your emotions. Sometimes I do understand as a maths teacher, science teacher, some topics are very tough. So what was your emotion? हमें खुद भी reflect करना है. We have to keep on checking on ourselves. That was it tough? Was it really easy? Because as per the how class behaved, so that can also help you. Anyone else who would like to just share? What do you think? Which part is important and useful? Lesson plan reflection. Thank you, Alok sir. Self-evaluation. Right. Okay, so personally I would feel the action points will be really helpful, because we everyone knows that these are the challenges. This is how we reflect upon. But first step is, what do we do about it, and how we are going to handle this thing in a positive way. So let's move on to the next slide. So I'm just sharing few techniques how you can start, because as I said, there could be challenges like how do we go about it, how do we start writing. So these are certain reflection techniques. Emoji journaling, I'm sure everyone knows emojis. So you can describe your daily mood, and you can create a note kind of a thing. There are different apps also that you can use and utilize, and start writing and tracking your emotions through those moods. That this today when I was teaching this lecture, this was my emotion: confused maybe, or you were worried about it, or you were scared, or you were happy, actually happy, providing information to the students. So emoji journaling very helpful when you don't know actually how you have to express your feelings, because sometimes we as teachers also become so overwhelmed with so many things, and we don't have words to express our feelings. So not only that, I would really suggest everyone to have a emotion wheel somewhere pasted in your emotional journal, your teaching journal. It will really help you in labeling your emotions in a better way. It actually consists of various emotions, that whether you were frustrated, or you were excited, or joyful. And if you know how you are labeling your emotions, then only you'll be able to help students as well. The number two strategy is 3-2-1 strategies. So you're going to write down about three things that went well, two challenges that you faced, and one idea to try next. What idea you will try next. So 3-2-1 strategy. Just remember, when you are stuck somewhere that I don't know how I'm going to write this diary. So 3-2-1 is your way to start. Then reflection prompts like, today I noticed, next time I will do what. For example, today I noticed my students felt they were very sad about it, because maybe there are a lot of emotions going on at their own end. For example, their sports period was cancelled. Now they are very sad. The whole class is very sad, and there's this whole sadness. Now what will you do when the situation happens? How will you start? And for example, there is this maths class which is the next class, and they have that emotion. So I would want everyone to just provide me with a solution, that what do you think we can do. That they're very sad because the sports period or their activity period is cancelled, and now next is their maths period or science period, which is of course very important because exams are coming, or you have to actually help them in their revision. What will you do? How will you handle that situation? You may write your answers, or may you can unmute yourself and share. So my question is that your students are very unhappy about that their sports period was cancelled, and your period is of maybe maths or science. So you can imagine yourself that it's a very important topic that you have to cover. So we can have a short fun activity before the class starts to uplift their mood. Thank you, Vantika ma'am. Yes, very nice. Anyone else who would like to, or maybe you've experienced something like this? So what we can do, we can inform if you do nice revision, then definitely one sports period will be given in the next month. Oh yes, we can reward them like that. Thank you, sir. Anyone else who've actually been in this situation? Conduct a class quiz. Okay, yes ma'am, to create that, to make them more energetic, yes, we can create a class quiz because they're very happy when we divide them into teams. Anyone else who would like to share?
Yes, ma'am. This is something which actually happened to us just before the first term exams. So we needed to finish with our syllabus and then start with our revision. So during that time, we really needed some extra classes, and because of that, their activity periods were getting cancelled, and the students, they were quite frustrated about that. So whenever what I did one day, that I started the class with a nice discussion. I asked them to just discuss a very important topic. This was something in my syllabus only. So I started with a discussion on gender bias.
Okay.
So there were two teams in my class, and to my surprise, everyone was participating. And when the period was about to get over, they were like, "Ki, ma'am, can we have this discussion continued in the next period?" So that is something which actually happened. So we can actually plan something like that, and this will actually uplift their mood also. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Aman ma'am, for sharing this. Yes, this was a very nice way. And then there are a few replies like a good quiz, yes sir, right? And Neha ma'am has also expressed something. I would take up a topic in a quiz way or in a form of fun game so that they do enjoy and then they don't feel sad about it. Arranging games in maths class related to topic, for example, a game of chance, playing with dice, playing with shapes. Yes sir, very nice, innovative. So as we experience these things in our daily classrooms, and of course if we actually look out for these signs and be more empathetic towards students, we can really make the class interactive. Thank you so much all the teachers for replying. So last is audio and video journals for teachers who prefer speaking over writing. So this one thing that I have also faced as counselor, that my clients usually tell that we don't have the energy to write or we don't have time to write, and I do understand. So that's why I always tell them that you can create a folder with videos, certain videos, and talk about these things, and maybe go back later and reflect upon it. Or maybe you can just uh, or do the audio or like record your voice. And in Google slides, or I would say there is this thing in our phones as well, that we can just record and everything will become in the typed form. So that can also, you can use it as a record when you don't feel like typing or recording. So again, that will be helpful. Now I'm going to share, ma'am, please, next slide. Yes, so I wanted the other one, ma'am, previous one. Yes. So I'm gonna do this thing in right now also. So you have your chat boxes. Please, I've given you some prompts, say that today I realized, or one challenge I faces, or next time I want to try. So you can answer any one of those quickly, and so that I can quickly move on to the next slides. So these are just prompts that how you can start your journal with. So like I would want to answer the last one, the next time I want to try. Like you expressed, like most of the teachers told me that you can start with a quiz or some kind of a debate to game up or make children more energetic when they are sad about it. So this is the one of the thing I would like to try. any of these you can answer. Or you can unmute yourself and of course you can share your answer quickly, like today you realized something or one challenge you face, or next time you want to try something that we shared.
Ma'am, today I realized at 3:30 that I have to attend this design scientist webinar.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much for replying. Yeah, so very honest. When we'll start writing, we will be writing honestly. So yes, we have another answer. Today I realized how much joy simple laughter in the classroom brings. Yes, ma'am, very nice. Next time I will try mindfulness techniques in the class for more engaged class. Yes, sir, right. Very true. Anyone who would like to honestly write one challenge you're facing? Or next time you want to try any technique, so one of the answer. You can unmute yourself and maybe answer. Next time I'm gonna so we have an answer from Nitin sir. Next time I'm going to try to give handwritten quotes to each student to uplift their mood. Very, very true. Very nice, sir. Yes. So actually, this I've also tried, and the expression and the emotion that they feel, it is really very nice to observe them when you're actually giving a note to them, and even a simple sticker. I usually do this as a reward system. I used to do in class 1 and 2, but I was very amazed when I even did this in class 8th and 7th. So they were also excited that, we got received this from our teacher, and this actually helps them. Yes, we have another reply by Ravinder sir. I realized that this class was great. I will give much stress on teacher journal and motivate them to face difficult challenges. Yes, thank you so much everyone for replying. Very nice. So I'm going to share you now two formats for this teaching journal. Slide number 16. Yes, so I've curated this. It covers all what NAP has actually told, and I will be sharing these handouts in the group as well. So you can obviously improvise according to your needs, or maybe you can short it down. In this, I have included feedback from the students, and I'm going to also talk to you about how you can actually take feedback from your students as well. And plus feedback from your mentors, or maybe you can have a peer discussion with your colleagues, because these are also very helpful, that maybe they can also give you certain suggestions how you can improve your teaching style. And just give this a look. The ma'am has also replied us, next time I would like to take my class in the ground for teaching. Very nice, ma'am. Yes, so that can also, because sometimes in that same space a lot of emotions are there, and you just sometimes have to break the monotony, take them out. You will feel there will be a difference. So ma'am, Deepika ma'am, you can just move on to the next slide number 17. I will be sharing these formats. You can of course discuss with your departments, and you're in school, and maybe you can start using this. So these are just prompts for you teachers. Yeah, so daily, weekly reflections really depends on you, but my suggestion would be daily reflection would be great, because everything will be more organized. Then of course lesson planning, implementation, your pedagogical approaches, and if you are going for a training, are you using any kind of training, anything that you have learned from there, are you using it in your classroom? Like yesterday only I attended a training, and I have jotted down what pointers, what activities that I will be doing with my students, and it will be really helpful. So you can of course, when you start writing, everything gets recorded, and it is easier for all of us. Classroom observation notes, your self reflection, and student interaction. Of course, when you're taking help from students, you can guide them that how you have to write any kind of reflection for the teacher. But there are other methods also, like for example, maybe anonymous you can give them a note or a slip. They can write it down without their names, that ma'am, we can maybe talk about these kind of topics. For example, I did this activity with my class 8 students, where I asked them that, okay, now you anonymously going to write down what topic you think that I should be covering, because I realized that students were feeling very stressed about things happening around them, and they were not, obviously some students are really not confident enough to raise their hand and talk about their feelings. So topics were it was very amazing to see that the replies that I received, they wanted me to talk about how to handle family conflicts. Not only because we generally feel what stress a student will have, maybe academic stress, maybe stress related to the career, but there is a lot, their body image, how they look, and how their opposite gender is looking at them for, and how they have to carry themselves as a teenager. All of that was affecting us, and that's the reality. And how they have to handle this whole social media world. That was all the things they have written, and it was insightful for me that I have to now change my lesson plan and go to the root cause and help them, that how you have to handle these challenges. So this was for me, but maybe for you that could be different. And you can, of course, when you're doing this anonymous activity where you are giving them a piece of paper to write down without their names, you will also not create biasness, because I understand sometimes we get too biased towards that, this child maybe has given me a wrong feedback कि मैंने तो अच्छा पढ़ाया था, but इसे नहीं समझ आया for that reason, and you start feeling start having this kind of emotion for the child. So this can actually help you not to have that kind of a biasness. And again, you can plan your next lesson like that. So ma'am, we can move on to the next slide. Yes. So yes, this was again a quick reflection practice that I wanted to take 2 minutes to write down one teaching moment for this week, and why it mattered, what happened, and what would you do differently. Again, this is just another prompt for you all. For example, I just shared that this was that one experience when I realized after that you can anonymously take this, what topic or how you can create a what kind of a lessons they want and how they want it, maybe activity based, quiz based. So this can really help you also. So this was that one takeaway from my week, where I realized that my students are facing these challenges, so how I can help them with different methods with these problems. So you can just take 2 minutes to really think about any of the teaching moment, and what will you do it differently, how will you do it differently. So one, I think Daya ma'am is also again the way she replied that taking them out for sports period when you feel that yes, they're sitting in the class for so long, and that just becomes very monotonous and boring for students. Anything you would want to share regarding your teaching moment? Okay, I'll actually share other methods also, that how you can take reflection from students. Number one would be, of course, anonymously, maybe giving them a piece of paper. Then you can ask your colleague or maybe your peer to review for how you are taking your session. And I have done that when I was working in my previous school, that our colleagues used to sit with us and maybe help them that maybe this topic could be improvised this way. But you have to be open about it. When you are having this kind of a feedback from other people, please be open about it and be ready for change. If you are closed as a person and you might feel that this is going to really affect us or my emotion, then please reach out to the right people, approach the right people that you have trust. And I'm sure we have this connection in our school that we trust certain amount of people, and then of course you can take that reflection from them. I will take so we have an answer from Alok sir. I will take different approach to teach by using hands-on activity. Very nice, sir. Yes. So any hands-on activity that we could do. So all these reflections are useful when you write it down and then you apply it. So just not filling it for the sake of it. I would always suggest once you start writing, it will be easier for you to understand, and when you understand and empathize with your students, you will enjoy going to these classes and delivering lectures, and you will really be more joyful as a teacher. So I would like to conclude now, ma'am. We can move on to the next slide. So a reflective teacher is an effective teacher. I'm gonna add this as a quote that if you are reflecting upon it, yes, you are an effective teacher and you are doing the right thing. And you start journaling today, and you will feel the difference by the end of the month. You will feel that, I I am a different person now, because I'm not saying is as a person of that, as a teacher you should be doing it, but as a person it will really be a therapeutic kind of a thing, where you will start writing these emotions, start writing these challenges, start working on yourself. It will really transform you. So start journaling today. One page can actually transform your class tomorrow, and it can really transform you as a person. So I would like to conclude, and then the next slide is just what we have discussed today: the power of journaling, teaching journal as a design diary, and in the spirit of NEP, that empowering teachers to become designers of learning and not just delivering the content. So it's not about just covering the syllabus. It's about how what kind of a best abilities, strengths you will make your children believe in and help them in discovering all of that. So let's reflect, grow, and inspire together. And I would be sharing those formats with you. So you take your time, start writing your journals, and start evolving as a person, as a teacher. So this is it from my side, and I'm open to questions. So if you have any questions, you may write it in the chat box and unmute yourself and ask me a question.
The session is open for questions, if any. Okay. Thank you, ma'am, for that enlightening session, reminding